Guys played Butler basketball from start to finish, especially once we settled into the game. We talked about playing with the standard, playing the way we want to play from the start of the game to the end of the game. And our guys took pride in that and did that from start to end.
Brady, did you get a good measure of a lot of the reserves that haven't gotten to play a lot the past couple of weeks? A lot of them got a lot of minutes tonight. Did you kind of look at this as who I can, give a lot more minutes moving forward?
It was good to see a lot of different guys play. We had 11 guys play more than 10 minutes tonight. Saw a lot of different combinations in terms of guys playing together. And when you can do that, when the lights are on and the officials are blowing whistles, it's a little bit different than practice. So it's good to see those guys in a different way.
Coach, it's my understanding non-D1s don't impact your RPI, but lower RPI D1s do impact your RPI through strength of schedule. That's accurate, right?
That is correct.
Do you kind of wish so much wasn't riding on an RPI, and why? I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like, would you rather just play D1s only rather than get yourself into a situation, and not Butler specifically, every Division I has to do this?
Yeah, I think there's a few more factors than just the RPI, but when, I know the route you're going down, when you're evaluating the team at the end of the year, you're evaluated with Division I teams, and that's the way it is. That's the way people evaluate towards the end of the season.
Brandon, as a game like this starts to get out of hand, are you watching the scoreboard at all, to see, probably close to 100, what the margin is and that sort of thing?
Absolutely not. From the start of the game to the end of the game, we're coaching what we normally coach in practice. We're coaching the habits that we're trying to build on both ends of the floor. We're trying to do the right thing on every possession, more times than we did the previous game, than we did at the beginning of the year. And that's what we coached tonight. That's how we played tonight. And I thought we stayed true to that, probably this game more than any other.
What did you see specifically from the reserves that played? You said you saw some stuff you liked. Specifically, what did you like?
Yeah, you know what? You can look at the stat sheet, and I think a number of different guys produced. I thought Renee shot the ball well. I thought he came in, ran his team well. I thought Andrew, the second time in, came in, played really hard. He was physical on both ends of the floor, defended like he normally does. Elijah made some shots, but on top of that, he made plays. He drove the ball, he shared the ball. If you take one thing away from the offensive end, and I think our reserves stayed true, as well as the starters, is we shared the ball tonight. I thought we played together on the offensive end of the floor, and as a whole, our reserves did a very good job of that.
Cameron, on Saturday, I know you guys probably haven't talked about Saturday yet. I'm sure they'll start tomorrow, but Purdue has two huge guys, 260-pound guy, 290-pound guy. What's it like, not just against Purdue, but against Marquette, any of those, where you have to go in and defend somebody 50, 60 pounds heavier? What can you do to succeed against them from a defensive standpoint?
I think mostly it's about preparation and positioning. We talk a lot. We watch a lot of film, obviously, so in a way we kind of know what's coming. And I've been this way my whole life, so I know that when I'm down there, people are going to try and attack me. So the most important thing is positioning, and then through the scout that we have, we'll know what's coming, and preparation, and just watching and just recognition. So I'll know where to be, and and then if they do get it, just use what guy gave me. If there's help or anything like that.
Brandon, this is a pretty big week for you guys in terms of preparation. I think you would say it's a pretty big game.
I think anytime you play an in-state game, it's an in-state game. You're looking at playing against a number of different guys from Indiana. You're playing against some guys that you recruited, and I think anytime that you're playing an in-state game, it's a little bit different.
Coach, you talk about in-state. Butler usually goes after the Newcastle kids themselves, but very seldom you ever see an opponent with a Newcastle kid. Here, just your thought on it.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Newcastle.
There's not been very many times that, somebody else from Newcastle's came in with an opposing jersey. And Caleb came in tonight and played, and like you said, it doesn't happen very often. For him to come in and then before the game, the choir sang the national anthem, it was a good night for Newcastle.
Cameron, how do you balance in the second half of, you want to get your starters some work, you want to allow your seniors to play, it's their final year, so you want to, but you're up 30, 40 points, and you don't want to lose Kellen Dunham to a knee injury again when you're up 40. I mean, how do you balance all of that, and how long do I leave people in, and when do I take them out?
You have to play your starters, no matter the score, a certain amount of time, just for the conditioning aspect of it. You have the aspect of going out, and normally you would practice. Normally, you're expending energy and you're building habits and you're working on things that you need to work on. So there's that part of it, but at the same time, it's a long season. We played 2 days ago, and then we're getting ready to play Saturday as well. So if you have the opportunity, like we did tonight, you sit them and you don't play them as many minutes as they want to do.
Brandon, you guys gave up only 4 baskets in the second half tonight. Can you think of a time that you've only given up 4.5?
Yeah, that's probably a Jim McGrath question. It's been a while since. I know it hasn't happened this year. For our team, our guys emphasized the defensive end of the floor and took pride on that end very well in the second half. I thought guys were very detailed in terms of what we were trying to do and how we were trying to defend, and stayed true to our system on that end of the floor. Again, maybe more than any other game that we've played all year long, and was proud of our guys, the way they played defensively.
Coach, when you have a Barry, a Castile, that were season high, career highs tonight and all that, somebody asked you if you evaluate them on the court. Do you see a different aspect in those guys when practice comes up the next day or two? Boy, I can really play this game.
I think you're constantly evaluating your team, and again, it's different when the lights are on. It's different when it's watching guys in the game, but at the same time, practice is extremely important in what we're doing. But you just take each circumstance and for what it is. It's one more time where you get to see your guys play. And again, I thought a number of different guys contributed and played well in this game, and our reserves and our bench did.
Coach, this is your first Crossroads Classic. Cameron, this is your third. Just talk about what the event means to Butler basketball, and I mean, 2 wins in the past 2 years, showing you can play with them. What does it mean to you guys?
I think the Classic is a terrific event. It's an event that we hope continues for a long, long time. I think it's terrific for the fans. We talk about, a number of different fan bases that love college basketball, that have a rich tradition in having good basketball teams. And to have the 4 teams that you have in the Classic that are able to play in that event, you have it in Indianapolis where fans can get to. You have the Bankers Life, a terrific place to play basketball. Again, something that we hope that continues for a long, long time. It's good for our program, and again, we're looking forward to Saturday and playing it.
Brandon, are you surprised with the scores and guys that have been through here over the last 12 years? This is the first time you guys have hit 100 points since you played.
I did not know that till after the game. I had no idea that was the case. Again, I'll be honest with you, we didn't talk about offense, but maybe a couple times in the huddle. We talked about what we were doing on the defensive end of the floor and how we were going to get stops. And it's amazing when you're able to do that, how it leads to good offense on the other end. I thought that happened tonight. We had a number of different steals, even first-time rebounds, and then we were able to get out in transition and get some easy looks. But I had no idea about the stat of us reaching 100 for the first time since, what was it, 2001.
Coach, what was your reaction to Elijah's half-court basket there?
Elijah's half-court basket.
The lob pass that went in.
Yeah, it was obviously a very, very good play. I'm trying to think back, to the play. But it was a little bit, whether it was a goaltending or was it not goaltending, because Kyle's hands, were up around the ball and up around the baskets. But I'm sure that he'll take it as a three-point shot, whether it was a pass or whether it was a shot, who knows.
Is this finals week or is it next week?
It is next week.
Are you excited about finals? Pretty pumped up?
Yeah, ready to move on. We're doing great. So.
Anything else for Coach or Cam? Thank you.